Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Triad Spring Sling 2025, April 27th, out of High Point, North Carolina, at Johnson Street Park. This is round 2, and today was a much better day than yesterday. Let's get started here on hole 1A, which is a 225-foot par 3 island hole. I'm throwing my M2. I wanted it to be, there's a headwind here today that I wanted to make sure I threw something stable enough that I could get it out way right and know it's going to come back. I was kind of worried it might hit that fence, but luckily it did not and slid right up next to the basket for a tap-in birdie. This is a good way to start the round. I was happy with that. Hole 1B is a 293-foot par 3. Throwing my F3 here. Out of the hand it felt great, just a little bit tight, but I was able to keep it along the right wood line and it stayed in bounds. Or stayed in play, I should say, in the fairway. Had probably about a 60-footer, 60, 70-footer here. Gave it a run. I thought I might get it there at the very end, but held a little bit more right. Tap in for par. Hole number 2, we're looking at a 277-foot par 3 downhill, well, fairly straight downhill. Today I'm throwing a Firebird on a thumber line. Yesterday I hit a tree on the left with a forehand, kicked it right into the mess. The thumber, I was able to get down to the bottom of the hill and have a nice little run at it. This is probably about 50 feet, 60 feet, something like that. Gave it a bid, felt great out of the hand, just a little right. Tap in for par coming up. Then hole number 3, we're looking at a 309-foot par 3 with a Mando right off the tee pad. Today I'm going to try the Firebird on a forehand. Yesterday I threw a PA5 that I was trying to flip up down that middle gap and wound up in the trees on the left. So today I said I'm just going to throw a Firebird. I'm going to make this easy on myself. Throw a forehand right through that little opening, and we're going to see exactly how that worked out for me. Didn't even come close to making the Mando. So I went to the drop zone, which was the next tee pad. I'm throwing my MX2 on a backhand. I wanted something that I could throw hard right and know it was going to come back. It was going to be super stable. Wouldn't have to worry about it. And I didn't. Do it well, right around the tree. Slid up to about circle's edge or so. This is my bogey putt here because of the missed Mando. Gave it a horrible bid. Never had a chance out of my hand. But it'll tap in for the double bogey. That one was a rough hole today. Hole number 4, 272-foot par 3 downhill. I birdied it yesterday. Throwing my F3 again. Felt great out of the hand. Nice little turnover. Right down the middle gap. A little bit closer than yesterday. It was probably about 20 to 25-foot putt. Just inside circle. Hole number 5 is a 283-foot par 3 straight uphill. I'm throwing my F3 again. Today, I threw it yesterday, got it right down the middle. Today I was trying to duplicate that throw. It's a little bit of a pull. Caught a good tree, kicked me kind of back towards the left into almost the fairway. Trying to fan grip here. I'm not used to throwing a fan grip, but I tried it anyway in a tournament because that's when you try things right. Kind of went way left of where I wanted. This was probably about 20 feet, I believe, 25, and just left it short. It was similar to that last putt I had for birdie, and I just left it short. It did not feel good out of my hand. Hole number 6, 303-foot par 3, left to right. I'm throwing my D2 on a forehand. Yesterday I threw an F3 backhand, wound up in the woods. Forehand felt great. It was just a little bit short. Had a good flight to it, just didn't put a lot on it. Had a anti-backhand approach here, or anti-putt approach. Gave it a bid, just under the basket, tap in for par. Hole 7, we're looking at a 212-foot par 3 downhill through my PA5. Tried to do a flip up backhand like yesterday, and I just put too much hyzer on it. It was too much hyzer for it to overcome. Throw my A5 here, little ultimate style flick. Gave it a run right at the basket. Out of the hand, I thought I might chain it, but didn't work. Right here, I'm conferring with the card as to where the best place for my left foot placement would be, because the disc is vertical up against that tree. Card gave me the advice of where my feet should be to make sure that it was a legal putt. Had to go straddle. Not a big straddle putt fan. I prefer staggered stance, but we were able to save the par. Hole number 8, a 181-foot uphill par 3. I'm throwing my A2 on a forehand just as hard as I can. Put it to about 15 feet. Had to do a straddle putt again because this tree was right in front of me. We were able to take the birdie today. Hole number 9, 289-foot par 3. Pretty straight hole, a little left or right, but not much. Throw my F3. Yesterday was a D2 that I threw into the ground. The F3 felt great, but I just kind of turned it over a little bit into the trees on the right. Alrighty, so right here, this is the shot that I have to try to get up to the basket to save my par. The angle was way too odd to throw a forehand. You might not be able to see how tight this angle was from the video, but it was very tight and a forehand did not feel good. And a backhand turnover did not feel good either because of how tight the OB was. The OB is that first tree line there on the left, out that gap. So it was very tight OB line. And I felt if I tried to turn over backhand and I did not turn it over enough, it would go OB. And if I turned over too much, it could roll down the hill to the right. So I decided to pull out the rarely used, but I can do it, lefty backhand. Throw my A2 to make sure that I do not turn it over, flip it over by mistake. And it felt great out of the hand. Clipped that tree a little bit. I think I'd have been very close to the basket had I not clipped that limb, but it left me a circle's edge putt for save the par, which did not do. I planed it off the top of the basket, but I did have an easy tap in for bogey. Hole number 10, we're looking at a 225-foot par 3 downhill. I was going back and forth in my head between thumber or forehand. Yesterday I threw the PA5 on a backhand, kind of didn't throw it well, wound up way left. Today I decided I was going to throw a forehand or thumber with the F1. Decided to go with the forehand on this really tight right gap, but it is there, and nailed it. Hit it perfectly. And I left myself with a fairly close birdie putt, probably between 15 and 20 feet. The whole card had birdies on this one. This was a great star frame for the card. Hole 11, 340-foot par 3. Throwing my F3 again today. Yesterday, it went left into the woods. Today, I threw it and it felt perfect, and I thought I nailed it, and I sure did. I nailed that tree right in the center. I'm in pretty much the same spot I was in yesterday. And if you remember the video from yesterday, I tried to fabricate a shot that should never be in existence. I tried a really stupid PA1 on a big hyzer. I tried to get through a gap that just wasn't there. And today I said I'm not going to do that to myself. I think I took a 5 yesterday on this one. So today I did what I should have done yesterday and just threw a little forehand roller. Got it out, back into the fairway. I said the worst I'm going to take is a bogey here. So then I had this, it's about a 60-footer for par, and I just tossed it up under the basket. So just give me my bogey, let me go. And then we move on to hole 12, which is a 165-foot par 3 with a double mando on the right gap. I missed the mando yesterday, but today I said I'm going to take my PA3, and I'm going to throw a hyzer screaming to the right at the right mando sign, and just trust that it's going to come back and be in the middle, and it did. And it left me with a short birdie putt, about 15-footer for birdie. Moving on to hole 13, a 350-foot par 3 uphill, taking my F3. I wanted to mimic my drive from yesterday. Didn't quite do it. I didn't really flip it up very well. Yesterday I had a nice S-curve. Today it was just a straight hyzer. Put me on the left side. There's a branch right in front of me. Only option I have here is to throw this skip shot. I have to do a low skip shot right at the roots, and luckily I skipped right over top of them and slid to the basket. Tap in for par. Hole 14, 272-foot par 3 downhill, right to left. I'm throwing my feedback like I did yesterday, trying to keep it down below the wind. And today I did it just like I wanted. This was an ace run. Hit the ground, skipped right past the basket, skipped it long across the bridge. It was a true ace run. I had about a 45-footer for par. I'm sorry, for the birdie. Cashed it in. Hole number 15, 283-foot par 3, left to right hole. I'm throwing my F1. Just picked up an FX2 today to try to get something a little bit more stable, hopefully. Because this F1 is a great forehand disc, but it just doesn't have enough to come back. Threw a great shot. It just held that anti-line. Throw my A2 here on it. This is a strange angle. You can't really see it well in this video, but this was an odd angle, and I hit it just right. With the A2, gave it a run at the basket and put it about 15 feet behind it to save the par. Had to straddle putt again. 100% for straddles today. Hole 16, 261-foot par 3 uphill. Throw my M3 again today. Hoping I'm not going to hit the tree on the left. Instead, I pull it way right, but I get extremely lucky and get through this little gap up there that was no one's ever thrown before, except apparently me. Actually gave myself a good birdie run here. This is about 55 feet. And just missed the chains on the left side there. About broke my ankles. Hole number 18, 700-foot par 4. Throw my PA5. I tried to flip up, get something to drift to the right, to the middle, and it just held straight as an arrow. It did not flip for me, and that disc always flips. That was just an unusual flight for it. Throw my M4 here. I'm throwing on a massive hyzer so I don't break my hand on this tree. It was extremely close. Only option I had was this big hyzer shot, which got me back out, back into the middle. Weird stance because of this little ditch that was right there behind the disc. Throw my F3 today. Yesterday I threw my F1, went into the woods. I'm throwing my F3 today to try to stay out of the woods. And it came out of the hand just right. Slightly in the woods today, but it's just like a step in. It was fine. PA1, this is to save the par if I can throw it in. Just throwing a big PA1 on a hyzer. Out of the hand, I thought I might have it, and it just short. Curls up behind the basket for a tap in for bogey. So today, as you can see, was a much better day than yesterday. I was 11 strokes better today because yesterday was an awful round, as you saw in the previous video. Today I shot 921 rated. Yesterday I believe was 755 rated. Massive difference between the 2 days. That's MA3 golf, right? One day you're on, the next day you're off, or vice versa. Averaged 848 for the tournament. But that 921 felt good. The 755 yesterday just felt awful. But this 921 today, it made me feel pretty good. I had 4 bogeys, 1 double bogey, and 6 birdies today. So made up for yesterday. felt great for it. My next scheduled tournament is not until May 17th. That's going to be in Rocky Mount, but as of right now, that's all I have scheduled next. There's some Friday flex starts that are coming up that I'll probably sign up for, but they're not available yet to sign up for. I'll probably have some Friday flexes coming up before my next multiple round tournament, as well as I'm going to do some league nights as well, with some league night coverage on the channel, so that you can kind of see all of the competitive rounds that I'm looking to play. But thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you again on the next video.